Hey dreamers, Bryce here from Midnight Notion, singer-songwriter, musician, and a big fan of Metallica, but I have no idea what my favorite Metallica song is. Could it be Am I Savage? Let's use math to find out. Cue the intro.
So give it to me now!
For the best Metallica song! Am I Savage, track number 10 from Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Admittedly, I haven't given this song a lot of time. I haven't really sat with it long enough. I know I listened to this record over and over when it first came out a handful of times, and I've since moved on to other records. I made my own music. I don't actually listen to music that often, to be honest with you, but I don't really know where I sit on this one. I don't remember it enough to really have an opinion up front. So we're going to be able to grade this one pretty fairly, I think. I'm going to listen to it. You're going to listen as well. We're going to listen together. I'm going to stop at any time I hear something interesting, and then at the end, grade it using the following criteria: composition, memorability, emotional response, instrumentation, and lyrics. Each category is a 0 to 4 scale with a grand total of 20 possible points. We'll find out at the end of this video if this song has what it takes to get to the top 20. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because if you do, your entire house is going to become clean and you won't have to do anything. Maybe it's going to be like a little fairy that comes in and does it for you, or maybe just someone you know is going to stop by and be like, well, we're cleaning today and it's all going to be me and you get to just relax. I don't know how it works. All I know is that you just got to hit the button. That's all I know. Let's listen to the song. So we have a 3/4 intro, a nice clean guitar. It's very distant. If you take it, compare it to Here Comes Revenge from yesterday. That was a very like upfront, you could hear the pick scrapes, doom, 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 the really hard attack of it. This one has more of a soft attack. Doo, 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 doo. It could be play style. They could be just playing it a little lighter. They could be using their fingers potentially. But they also have a reverb on it that makes it feel like it's kind of in a distant room. And we just have a soft attack on the kick and the cymbals too. Psh, psh, psh. Nice build to a song. Nice soft song to kind of give us some difference from the rest of the record. Or does it? Little toms. Okay, cool. Oh, also, yeah, okay, I stopped it at an interesting point. I just realized that there's a time signature change, so points there. I love that. We have a nice build. We're building it. We have the clean guitars. We add the drums with the toms, and we add a little clean lead, and then it builds into a distorted version of the same riff with a climb with the drums, and then we get that little triplet, da 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 da, bam bam, build a build, build, ba da 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 da. Really cool build, and then now we got this riff, which I think this is technically a shuffle beat. It's a very slow riff, so ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 2, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So I guess there's a couple of measures of 5/4, or either that or they're adding a 2/4 on the end. But we got a real triplet feel. So again, shuffle beat is just a long note with a short note. Da 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 da. When you divide a measure into 4 beats, you subdivide it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you subdivide it again as 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Somebody tell me what you say for 16th notes, because I never figured that out. Is it 1 and E and E? I don't know what you do for 16th notes. But anyway, in a shuffle beat, you're subdividing in 3s. I know I said this in a video just a couple days ago, but we're subdividing in 3s. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. We're skipping the E part, da 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 da. But this is so slow that it almost doesn't feel shuffle. It doesn't have that same swing, but it's got a very, very southern vibe to it. This feels very load reload. Okay, so we have a riff that is comprised of the main riff with a 6/4 on the end, on the tag, but it's not the tag yet because that's the first time through. The second time through, we repeat the first part with a 4/4 tag. That's two measures of 4/4 because bum, 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 bum is another 4 instead of just 2. So it adds up real nicely. And then they play that 2 times through, and now we have the verse, which again has a very Alice in Chains feel to it to me.
Run away, the past will bite again. Ooh, no matter where
You can hear the harmony in there. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's a nice little harmony there. Cool, cool, cool.
well, you here again, a captive of the howl. You, welcome back to hell. Faithful as the full moon is rising. Beauty.
Oh, did you hear that little trill? A trill is when you kind of he's hammering on to another note, but it's kind of, you hear trills a lot in flutes. They kind of vibrate between one and between two different notes. That's what a trill is. They're doing it on a guitar though. They did a quick little. I'm gonna rewind it 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Let's see if we can hear it. Did you hear that? Interesting patterns here. I don't know. This song's a little draggy for me. I think that the verse was cool, but then this next section is it's okay. It's okay.
Beauty and the beast are colliding. Sharpened edge touch liquid flame. Deep in seed soaks anger's rain. Arching back shapes shifty range. Follow how I watched you change.
That part's really difficult, actually. There's a lot of triplets going on, and it's a shuffle beat. So subdividing these into triplets is actually something really intriguing. He's not doing he's I'm talking about the guitar riff, if you didn't know that. His voice, I don't know if the voice sounds like it's matching the guitar. It seems like they're off just slightly. I guess I'm gonna have to analyze it a little closer, but it's a really complicated rhythm. It sounds simple. It sounds like it's only a couple notes, but it feels very polyrhythmic. For those of you who don't know what polyrhythm is, it's when you have like the bass of one rhythm and a completely different rhythm on top of it, kind of playing at the same time. So like if you were emphasizing every 3 notes on your left hand and you're emphasizing every 2 notes on your right hand, obviously 3 and 2 are 2 different numbers, so they don't match up quite the same. Now this isn't just a 3/2, it's like a triplet over a shuffle beat, which is just, I don't know, it's breaking my brain a little bit, and I might be overanalyzing it. I'm gonna have to listen to it again because I might be completely wrong, but it feels polyrhythmic to me, which is what makes this section interesting to me.
Am I savage? Scratching at the door. Am I savage? I don't recognize you anymore.
They got this nice chromatic build. It's maybe not straight chromatic, but do 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 do. So do re mi fa sol la. I don't think they get straight all the way back up to the 8, but they have a couple of sharps and flats in there. But it is an interesting structure for a chorus. Just straight chromatic build. Or semi-chromatic build, maybe. I haven't analyzed the notes of this song. I'm doing this. I'm winging this, you guys. I've never learned this song. I am completely just improvising this whole video. So I hope you're getting something out of it. 1, 2. This time it's 4.
Tooth is fang, twisting the skin.
I really like these verses, though. The movement is just, ooh, it just kind of drags. It's kind of swaggering in a little bit. You know, there's just like a little, ooh, it feels very grungy to me.
Foul tongue like breath. Chains snap inside.
for some reason, after I get this last part of the verse, I want it to go into the Carpe Diem riff. That's where I want it to go. It reminds me a lot of Carpe Diem, which is a good sign, I guess, because that was in the top 20 for a long time.
Faithful as the full moon is rising. Beauty and the beast are colliding. Sharpened edge touch liquid flame. Deep in seed soaks anger's rain. Arching back shape shifty range.
Yeah, he's doing something goofy with his vocals. He's matching the guitars just slightly. Like he's holding out a note in between there. It's not straight following because the guitar is just dun 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 dun. It feels like a 3/4 section, but it's still in 4/4 shuffle, subdivided into threes. So mind blown. But he's got this pattern with his vocals that's it's dragging a little. They're fighting. Beauty and the Beast are colliding. Right?
Father, how I watch you change. Am I savage? Howling at the door. Am I savage? I don't recognize you anymore.
I like those. That kind of calls back to Battery. Battery has that one section where it's playing 4/4, and then there's that extra 5/4 measure for the battery. They're just adding those 2 extra hits. So again, combining a lot of stuff from their whole catalog. We got the load reload stuff. We got some puppets in here. Really weird chorus. Really weird. What was I going to comment on? I don't remember. Let's keep going. This might be my favorite riff on the record. I don't know if that's true. No, because Halo on Fire is on this record, but this is probably my second favorite record. What I love about this is they've got this lower of they got these little squeals going on. They're scratching the guitar, but they're lightly, like they're barely pressing on the string, just a little bit to give you a little bit of feedback. They're scratching in just the right part, but there's the squeals have 2 different notes. And I would assume that in the studio they found like they just like edited these in, right? They performed it once or twice and they're like, that's a cool sound. What if we put this sound here and this sound there? And I bet you that they chopped this in post-production. That's totally fine. This is going to be very, very, very difficult in my opinion. Now, again, I should say I haven't learned the song, so maybe there is a technique to it, but I feel like it's going to be difficult to get the exact note. Boop, 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 beep, to quickly get the right tone like that. I don't know. But listen to this riff. I really love the way that they're like just chugging and then they do the scratch and it squeals at just the right pitch and the pitch matches with the rest of the song. It's beautiful. You hear it? I'm just realizing that this drum beat is like the 4/4 version of the beat from, what was the song the other day with the weird 3/4 section? Man Unkind, the Seize the Day part. Boom, ka, boom, 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 ka. That weird part that I hated. This is like a 4/4 version of that, and it works a lot better. I really despised it then, but I really like this version. So, I'm just saying. Ooh, a different part of it. is about that though? It just sounds really cool to me. It's a very, very effective riff. Ooh, I love those stops. I love those stops. Bum, bum, bum. What? Where did the song go? Bum, bum, bum. Really, really, really cool. I mean, honestly, just put a stop in your song. When you're writing a song, just put a stop in there. Just a random one. Just pick a spot, probably in the bridge section, but wherever you want. Just stop and just like make people go like, what? But then come right back in very quickly. Like, don't drag it out too long. Stay on the beat, but put a little stop in there and people will go, wait, what happened? And they'll lean in further. That's a great technique.
Inheritance, past has been again. Ooh, the next era of anarchy. Feel stretching skin, so far beyond belief.
All right.
I feel the ever-changing you and me. Am I savage?
There's a little harmony in there. Savage, savage. Is this song about Jekyll and Hyde?
Scratching at the door. Am I savage? I'm never more. Am I savage? I don't recognize me anymore.
Interesting build to the baku. We kind of, it might not be shuffle beats after all. I don't know. Maybe is it possible that every single riff in this song is a triplet riff? Or, I don't know. There's something interesting about that. I guess maybe Lars was just breaking it there at the end. Baku. You know, I'm going to rewind it just slightly. Because if they're playing in shuffle beat, it would be a ba. But maybe just Lars decided to play straight for just a couple of measures and everybody else like stayed on the shuffle beat, but he was just kind of emphasizing it. It's interesting to me. If you write this out, the alignment of where the notes match, if you subdivide every beat, it's a really intriguing structure to the song. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like even the guitars ba 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 ba. So they would be 1 and a 2 and a 3. So they're back to straight as well. And they get to have all of the choruses. Maybe the chorus is in common time and the main riff is in shuffle. Or is Lars just swinging and they're using... I don't know, man. You're going to have to argue in the comments below and I'll just accept all of your answers. I'll trust you with this. Now you figure it out and you tell me below. I'm going to record the next song after this. But like, you tell me what you think it is. Shuffle? No shuffle. Are they doing triplets all the way through? Are they changing their meters? Cool. Solid ending there. I love during that riff. It's such just a gritty, like, riff, right? It feels like you're turning into Jekyll and Hyde. There's also the cymbals. I didn't talk about that, but he's just hitting half notes. Ba, ka, ba, ka. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3. Really cool. Really cool. Really cool. Let's give this sucker some points. Here we go. Composition. This song is pretty basic all the way through, bass line, if you will. Verse, chorus, solo, verse, chorus, just like every other song. They do have a nice clean intro. I do appreciate the time signature changes between 3/4 to 4/4, a lot of triplet feel grooves, and then a couple of straight feel grooves as well. And then we got those extra 2 hits at the end of each main riff, or in the middle section of each main riff rather. But otherwise, structurally, it's very similar to all their other songs. I'm mostly applauding them for the use of a clean intro and the time signature changes, the feel changes. That's all unique, but everything else in this song is pretty baseline. So compositionally, 3. Memorability. I would not be, I guess, true to myself and my record, my track record, if I came from Here Comes Revenge, talking about how they repeated Here Comes Revenge over and over and over, and saying that that was super memorable. This song has Am I Savage over and over and over. Am I Savage? They sing that multiple times throughout the song. And then they also have in the verse the benefit of a ooh, something, something, ooh. So they add that ooh in there too. And I think that riff at the end that I talked about with the harmonic, scratchy stuff, boop, 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 I think that's super memorable, and I would love to listen to that riff on a loop for a while. So anyway, I think it's pretty memorable, so we'll give it a 4. Emotional response. As I said, I don't know really where I stand on this song. Even after listening to it, analyzing it, I do appreciate the changes in there, but I just don't know how I feel. Maybe I'm just not in the mood for it, but it's got sort of that medium tempo feel. I've never really been that into grunge, I'll be honest. I wasn't like into the scene when grunge was popular. I was maybe a little too young to really know what was happening at the time. But as I've grown, I have tried it a little bit, and it just isn't really for me. There's a lot of har 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 har, and it's got some grit to it, but it just isn't my flavor, typically speaking. So while it does have that vibe to it, I don't know, it isn't really standing out the way that Load and Reload did for me. But not in a bad way either. It's not terrible. It's fine. And that's why for emotional response, I can't really land either way. I like some things, I don't like other things. It's right in the middle, 2. Instrumentation, everybody's playing fine. I think I have to applaud them for playing in polyrhythms. I don't remember the solo because I don't think I was really focused on it. Was there a solo in this song? I don't know. But really, I don't know what happened. They all played fine. 3. Lyrics. I'm getting very Jekyll and Hyde vibes from this song. There's a lot of talk about shape shifting. There's also some imagery of like wolves. So I think that it could be a werewolf. And I'm always a fan of werewolves. I've got a song called The Lone Wolf. Somewhere in Dreamworld is available wherever you get your music online. Sure, it's not about werewolves, but anyway, I do like wolves and werewolves in general, so I'm into that. But I'm curious to know about this. There was something about sharpened edge meets liquid flame, and when I first read that line, I was like, are they making a sword? Like how they pour the hot metal into the water and they whatever, and they harden the sword. But when I also think of James's other lyrics, liquid flame is probably a reference to alcohol, and so the shape shifting could be the inebriation, right? Once you drink, you turn into this monster, right? You turn into this like drunken mess. Maybe you're violent, maybe you're angry, maybe you're just quiet, maybe you're puking your guts out. Whatever the alcohol does to you, it turns you away from who you once were. There's also a line in here about Father, how I watched you change. And I'm curious, just based on the other lyrics from this record and the last record, there's a lot of sort of grippling with mortality going on. And I wonder if because of the religious symbolism in some of these other songs, I wonder if there's some challenge towards the big guy upstairs, whether or not that he thinks God is the one, or if it's Vishnu, or if it's Quetzalcoatl, or if it's Great Cthulhu. Who is the one ruling the universe? Maybe I've been following this one religion and I'm just now getting tempted by another religion. Maybe this is a priest having temptation, like pulling him away from temptation. If you know, pulling him away from, his path. It could be a variety of things. It's illustrating a shapeshift of some sort in what sounds like a werewolf, but to me, there's another layer to these lyrics. So I think that's pretty cool. Nothing really stands out. I think there's a couple of lines, welcome back to hell. And I don't know, it's just kind of basic. It feels very Kill 'Em All. But it is a pretty cool construction of words. I know that they have better, but it's pretty good. So lyrically, 3. And so, Am I Savage is not enough for the top 20. It only has 15 points and is tied in 47th place with Hardwired and The Memory Remains, which is a really interesting tie, but there will be tiebreakers coming. I promise a new video for each tie so that we can have an official list when we're all done with this thing. So the tiebreaker is coming. But anyway, let's take a look at the top 20. There's a couple of ties to note here, primarily the One versus Halo on Fire at the top spot. And of course, Ride the Lightning is on the chopping block for now. That's the top 20. Now it's your turn. Tell me in the comments below, using my method, what score would you give this song? And be honest about it. I want to know. Make sure you give me some suggestions of what non-metal music to listen to next. And hey, check out Midnight Notion. It's my band. I got all kinds of time signature changes in my music. Maybe you can find them on your own without me having to spell them out. Or maybe should I just review my own music? That'd be some sort of narcissistic crap, but maybe you'd like that. I don't know. And of course, hit that subscribe button, because tomorrow we're going to find out how many people are getting murdered, apparently. Do you think it's 2? I hope it's none. Thanks for watching. You're the best. I'll see you there.